Good evening. Thanks for joining us on the news at 8. Today, the 20th day in the month of April 2022. I am Grace Dorcas Nikachi for headlines. Politicians behind killings, says Governor Uzodinma. After 30 years, Senator Kalu constructs abandoned roads in Arochukwu. Assistant Commissioner for Police Slums dies in office in Bayelsa State. We'll take commercials, we'll be right back with the details and many more. Stay connected. Welcome back to all the details. Interpol Systems Consultant and Security Expert Chika Udensi has reacted to the crash of military jets in Kaduna State on Tuesday, in which military personnel were feared dead, saying criminal negligence, fraudulent errors and inability to fix the right paths. While noting that human errors are responsible for the air crash, Sir Udensi said most crashes in Nigeria are traceable to technical errors, having that previous experiences and investigations outcomes indicate that the substandard and faulty pads were used in servicing aircraft. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma yesterday asked politicians in the country to play politics without bitterness and put a halt to bloodletting while seeking political power. He was addressing State House reporters after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari. Relief has come the way of Aro residents in Arochukwu local government area of Abia State as Senator Orji Uzor Kalu on Monday commissioned two major communal linked roads which he facilitated in their community. According to communal residents, the newly completed asphalt 2 km, 3 km interlinked roads have been neglected for over 30 years, with the road having a negative impact on the communities within the axis. The newly commissioned asphalt road form part of the 53 roads project expedited by Kalu, the senior chief whip, to the rural communities in Abia North Central District, and some of which were recently inaugurated by the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan. Ahead of the Saturday, July 16 gubernatorial election in Ogun State, political parties have, in line with the electoral timetable set by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), started their campaigns from the Osun 2022 governor election timetable set by the electoral umpire. Political parties were kicked off their campaign by Sunday, April 17, 2022. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Ndume, has described the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, as the best among the presidential candidates aspiring to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari on the platform of the All Progressives Congress in 2023. The representative of the Borno South Senatorial District said this when he was featured on Channel television program Politics Today. The All Progressives Congress (APC) has pledged its presidential nomination and expression of interest funds at 100 million naira. The party's National Publicity Secretary Felix Moka disclosed this shortly after the 11th National Executive meeting in Abuja on Wednesday. Governor of Rivers State Nyesom Wike has asked the National Working Committee of the main opposition People's Democratic Party to repay him with the party's presidential ticket for his loyalty and struggle against the Uche Secondus-led NWC, which he said has brought them into office. This request was made by Wike as he warned the leaders against appointing delegates who have taken sides with some aspirants on the primary election committee. Gali Sule, a Kano State governorship aspirant on the platform of the People's Redemption Party, has stated that the two major political parties in the country, the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party, have failed Nigerians. This was stated on Tuesday by Sule during a press conference in Kano. The National Executive Committee (NEC) of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) has transferred its powers to the National Working Committee (NWC) for the next 90 days. The National Secretary of the party, Senator Iyola Omosore disclosed this at the ongoing NEC meeting of the party. An assistant commissioner of police in charge of administration in the Bayelsa State Police Command, ACP Emmanuel Doe Asufi, slumped and died while performing official duty on Tuesday. ACP Asufi was said to have collapsed and died at the police headquarters in Oven Community, Yonagwa, on Tuesday afternoon. The sudden death of the police chief threw the float of the Bayelsa Police Command into shock. On the foreign scene, history will not be forgotten. The war crimes committed in Ukraine, President of the European Council Charles Michel said on Wednesday. There can be no peace without justice, Michel tweeted. Russia has denied allegations of war crimes and claims its forces do not target civilians. But CNN journalists on the ground in Ukraine have seen first-hand evidence of atrocities at multiple locations across the country. The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has said that Dubai United Arab Emirates UAE had now become the destination of choice for victims of human trafficking. Ndoka Mwawane, Zonal Commander NAPTIP Benin Zonal Command, made the disclosure Wednesday in Benin of the commencement of a 3-day sensitization program on human trafficking. While in sports, former Chelsea star Solomon Kalou has tipped the Super Eagles to qualify for the 2023 African Cup of Nations AFCON, which will take place in Côte d'Ivoire. The former Ivory Coast international made this known in an interview with Super Sports on Tuesday. And this brings us to the end of the news at 8. But before we go, we can find the headlines. Politicians behind killings, says Governor Uzodinma. After 30 years, Senator Kalu constructs abandoned roads in Aruchuku. Assistant Commissioner of Police Slums dies in office in Bayelsa State. These and many more different platforms just like on www.adntv.com.ng. And you can also follow us on all our social media platforms being displayed on your screen. I am Grace Focus, and you can also my trust. Stay safe.